What is up, you guys? It is your boy, Phoenix Brenton here, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the San Francisco 49ers. Now, why did I just say that again? But anyways, before we get into today's video, like and subscribe. We're on the road against 700 subscribers. I have a playlist of every single team in the NFL, and if your favorite team isn't there yet, it's probably because I haven't recorded it yet. Also, comment down below any NFL team you would like to see. But anyways, enough said. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. And the video is going to be the 49ers. If they stay healthy, they're a Super Bowl contender. All right, see you later. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Come on. Take a joke, man. You know what I should have done? I should have cut off the video and had the end roll, but I'm not going to do that. That's not me. That's definitely not me. Anyway, the point is where I'm trying to get at, basically, is that, like I said, the team, when healthy, this team can still be a playoff contending team. I mean, for instance, look at the free agency that they had. They signed Mike Evans. I think that was a really good move, may I add. They signed Christian Kirk. Nice depth. They traded for the interior defensive line from Dallas. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. Well, I'm not losing too many players, though, in the process. I mean, Juwan Jennings is a bit of a loss, I feel like. Especially for how much he went for. I don't know why they didn't try to go and bid that price, even, more, even. They did lose Ketchup Board, which isn't, I think, a big loss. They kind of just lost a lot of just role players at best. So, while they kind of add players, like Mike Evans, for instance, they went and did the smart decision in not losing those big players. And I will say this once, and I'll say it again, and this is as a Seahawks fan, may I add. I think this roster is pretty toe-to-toe level with the Seahawks roster. Maybe even slightly better, even. I think it's going to be fun to watch these two teams go against each other, because I kind of think they're kind of around that same level, to be honest. They have a pretty solid quarterback who won't make too many mistakes for you. You have at least one skill position player who's elite. They have a solid offensive line with an incredible defense when healthy. They kind of seem very similar to me, like I said before. And who did they draft at first? Who did they draft first? I don't remember who they drafted first. Oh, wasn't it bum wide receiver from Ole Miss? Yeah, they drafted Dezolan Stribling out of Mississippi. They did not have a good draft. I did not like their draft. Why did they draft a running back? Romundo Hype, I did like that pick. I think he's a very solid player, and the fact you got him around 3 was a bit of a steal. But, Grayson Holland, why do you need to get another player like that? I don't really understand some of the logic behind these picks. I really, really don't. But, I mean, he could be a star. I don't know, but he probably won't be. But, like I said before, this team is pretty similar to the 49, the Seahawks, because, again, they have Brock Purdy at quarterback, who I think is solid, with a good backup, by the way, in Matt Jones. Christian McCaffrey is probably still one of the best running backs in the league. Mike Evans, Ricky Pearsall, Christian Kirk, I think that's a pretty good darn receiving core. Some people might think it's not great, especially if Mike Evans, for instance, with his injury history, plus this injury-riddled team, probably will get injured a lot. But again, you have a rookie for that reason that you drafted in the second round. George Kittle, obviously, as well, also with a good backup with Jake Tungus. Good offensive line with players like Trent Williams, who's in his 30s, late 30s or early 40s. I don't remember his age exactly. Donna McPunin, good guard. Like, they have a pretty solid offensive line, if you're asking me. Their interior defensive line, honestly, could still use some work. I mean, I know they drafted a Grayson Halton, but maybe not ideal still. But they have a great edge group with Romendo Height, Nick Bosa, Malachi Williams. I think that's a really good group. Also, Dura Greenlaw is back, and Fred Warner. That's a pretty good linebacking duo, if you're asking me, with a pretty good darn secondary. Like, this team is so good, but the problem with this team, and it's been every single year, it feels like, except the years they go to the Super Bowl, is that they're injured. They have injury riddled seasons that ruin their season. That has always been, and will probably always will be, the biggest problem with this team. And also choking. That's also part of the other problem with this team, is that they choke. But besides that, this team is insanely good. If this team can just figure out a way to stay healthy, this team has a legitimate chance to win a Super Bowl. And I know that's crazy to say, especially when they're in a division with the Super Bowl champs, and may I add, the current favorite in the LA Rams, but that's what could happen. So now let's talk about the floor and the ceiling of this team, which, by the way, looking at their schedule, it's kind of manageable. Like, again, they go against the East, which I think is a relatively easy division. I'm pretty sure they also do they go against the AFC East? Do they? I don't think so. No, they don't. They go against the AFC West. That's what they go against. The AFC West, I believe, and then the NFC East, which their wild card games are the Dolphins and what's the other wild card game? Is it the Raiders? They kind of get an easy schedule. They're kind of lucky for that, but kind of to some extent. So let's just start off with their floor. I think they'll get swept by the Rams. That's obviously their floor, guys. Come on. And I do think you will get swept by Seattle as well. But once again, guys, this is the floor. Calm down, 49ers fans. But at least I do have them sweeping Arizona. I mean, come on. It's Arizona. So, week 2, they will beat the Dolphins. They will lose at home against the Denver Broncos. They will beat the Commanders at home. They will beat the Falcons on the road. They will beat the Raiders at home. I do think you will lose to Dallas on the road. You will beat Minnesota in Mexico. You will beat the Giants. No, I think the Giants could beat you actually at home. The Chargers will beat you on the road. The Giants will beat you on the road. That's what I meant to say, by the way. The Chiefs will beat you on the road. The Eagles will beat you at home to get their revenge. Putting their floor at 7-10. I mean, that's a pretty still good darn floor, if you're asking me. Then the ceiling. I do think you will sweep Seattle, but you're splitting the series with the Rams. I don't care what people say. And even then, it might even be a little bit of a stretch to let them sweep Seattle, because I think they're very similar teams. The only thing that really changes afterwards is I still think they will lose at home, though, against Denver. They will beat then Dallas on the road. They will beat New York on the road. They will beat LA on the road. They will beat Philly at home, putting their ceiling at 14-3, with their only losses going to the Broncos and the Rams. Wait, why are they 14-3? Where's the other one? Oh, the Chiefs on the road? Yeah, you're beating the Chiefs on the road. So their ceiling is 15-2, actually. So, yeah, I like I said, this team could actually be a Super Bowl contender this year, which I know that sounds crazy when you have the Rams in that division and conference in general. But this team is pretty scary, man. Don't forget about this team. If this team could stay healthy, mark my words, they will at least make it to the playoffs and go to the NC Championship game. If they don't go against the Rams, maybe. Because I am kind of convinced that the Rams will probably make it to the Super Bowl, but they will probably make it to the NC Championship game or go against the Rams at some point. I'm just guaranteeing it. And if they beat the Rams, they'll probably win the Super Bowl. Just going to be honest with you. But anyways, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.